Hi, I'm Olivia from Wilkinson Cameras, and today we're diving into the new Sony FE 50-150mm f2 GM lens. If you're after a zoom that covers a super versatile focal range, delivers prime light quality and holds its own in low light, this one's worth the look. And if you already know you're interested, you can find it on our website right now at www.wilkinson.co.uk. Just head over and check out all the details or speak to our team via live chat. Now, let's talk about the lens itself. This one is one of the best lenses Sony has ever produced or exists in their lineup, but it does come at a cost, but I'll get into that a bit later on in the video. The Sony FE 50-150mm f2 GM is a full frame standard to telephoto zoom, and honestly it hits a bit of a sweet spot that not many lenses do. A lot of people feel like 70mm is a slightly awkward place to start when it comes to event or portrait work, so having the extra flexibility starting at 50mm makes a huge difference. You're not constantly switching lenses or stepping back just to fit the scene in. So one of the biggest selling points here is the fast, constant f2 aperture. That's not something you typically get in zooms, and it gives you loads of creative control, great for separating your subjects from the background or dealing with tricky lighting situations. Pair that with an 11 blaze circular aperture and the result is that gorgeous soft bokeh Sony G Master lenses are known for. Even when shooting wide open, images are sharp across the frame with lovely fall off. We tested it across a few different scenarios to really see how it holds up in different genres. Kaine and I took it to Chester Zoo along with the Sony 400-800mm for a day out shooting wildlife and a bit of lifestyle content. The 50-150mm gave us plenty of flexibility for mid-range animal shots, wide contextual frames, and even some lovely candid people photos around the park. It's one of those lenses you could happily leave on your camera all day long. Kaine also used it to shoot a gig which gave us a good look at how it performs in low light, and it did not disappoint. Autofocus was spot on even in dark contrasty lighting, and the lens was fast and quiet, which was ideal for video work as well. On the portrait side, Alex took it out and shot a full set with it, again wide open at f2. The results were stunning. The way it renders detail, skin tones and background blur is just chef's kiss. Let's chat specifications for a second, but don't worry, we'll keep it simple. Inside, you've got 19 elements in 17 groups, which includes a really clever mix of high performance glass. That includes 3 ED or extra low dispersion elements, 2 super ED elements and 4 aspherical elements, 2 of which are Sony's Special XA or Extreme Aspherical lenses. Now, in basic terms, this combination basically helps reduce distortion, keeps your images sharp across the frame and eliminates any colour fringing. In real world terms, it just means your images look clean, crisp and true to life. Sony's also added their Nano AR2 coating to reduce flare and ghosting, and the front element is fluorine coated to help repel dust, moisture and fingerprints. We know how easily lenses get smudged in the field, so it's a practical touch that saves me a lot of time in post. From our experience, both Kaine and I agree that the results truly speak for themselves. The animal shots in particular are incredibly impressive. Every frame is tack sharp on the eyes with a beautiful natural depth of field that falls off smoothly behind the subjects. Take this image of the penguin for example, the eye is perfectly in focus and the background just melts away in such a pleasing way. Even in challenging conditions like dappled light around the red pandas where contrast was high and shadows were deep, the lens maintained excellent sharpness and detail on the subject's eyes. When it comes to portraits, Alex captures some absolutely stunning images. The level of detail is exceptional. Skin texture, hair and catch lights in the eyes all rendered beautifully. You really get a sense of how refined and precise this lens really is. For those curious about its low light performance, Kaine put it to the test at a live gig and the results were equally impressive. Despite the difficult lighting, the images retained excellent clarity and depth. The colour rendering is rich and accurate, while the dynamic range handled the highlights and shadows of the venue with ease. Altogether, it's a well-rounded performer in a variety of real-world shooting conditions. In terms of close focusing, the lens can focus as near as 0.4 meters at the wide end and 0.74 meters at the telephoto end. So it's ideal if you want to get in close without switching to a macro lens. It's handy for detailed shots at weddings, events, or even grabbing tighter portraits without stepping too far back. Autofocus is driven by Sony's XD or Extreme Dynamic Linear Motor technology. That's fancy speak for quick, quiet and reliable performance. Whether you're photographing fast-moving subjects or tracking someone's eye in slow motion, 4K slow motion, the lens keeps up. It's also compatible with breathing compensation on newer Sony bodies, which helps maintain consistent framing while racking focus in video. You can see in these examples that the focus is glued to the eye even when moving around the frame, and to be honest, I wouldn't expect anything less from Sony. Even with the focus breathing, you can see it's incredibly minimal, if any at all. Physically, it's quite compact for what it offers. It weighs just 1.34 kilograms without a tripod mount and measures around 200mm in length with a diameter of just over 102mm. It is 30% heavier than the FE 70-200mm f2.8 GM OSS Mark II lens, but the 50-150mm is twice as bright, so there is some compromise there. It's not a small lens, but it's very well balanced and manageable even handheld. The build quality is robust and weather sealed, so it's made to stand up to professional use, whether you're indoors or working out in unpredictable British weather. One thing I personally love is the feel of the lens in use. The zoom ring is smooth and customizable, allowing you to adjust how quickly it responds to your input. You also get declickable aperture control, which is brilliant for video. No sudden jumps when you change exposure mid-shot. Everything about the design feels considered and functional. Other switches on the lens is an AF/MF switch for a quick transition between the two. You've got a full-time direct manual focus switch, allowing you to make fine adjustments manually after the autofocus. And lastly, there's also two customizable focus hold buttons. And if you're wondering what's included in the box, you'll get the lens itself, a lens hood, front and rear caps, a soft case, tripod mount, and a lens strap. So you're pretty much good to go straight away. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the price. At $3,799, there's no denying that this is a professional grade lens. It's not the kind of gear you'd casually pick up for the occasional weekend shoot, but for working photographers or serious enthusiasts, it's a genuine investment. Consider what you're getting: a constant f2 aperture across a highly versatile 50-150mm range with exceptional image quality. To match that kind of performance, you typically need to carry multiple prime lenses, and even then, you might not achieve the same level of flexibility or consistency. For professionals like wedding photographers or those working in sports, wildlife, or even portraiture, this lens covers a huge variety of scenarios without compromise. It's not just a telephoto zoom, it's a tool that can easily replace several lenses in your kit, saving you space, time, and in the long run, possibly even money. And with this lens, you're also buying into Sony Alpha's system advantages. So you've got 120 frames per second in high frame rate shooting, flawless IAF, active stabilization, breathing compensation, the lot. It works seamlessly with current Sony cameras and will likely be compatible with future tech too. So it's not just about what it can do now, but it's how well it will serve you in the long term. So to sum it up, the Sony FE 50-150mm f2 GM is sharp, fast, reliable, and surprisingly flexible. It bridges the gap between wide and telephoto, which makes it a brilliant choice for wedding photographers, portrait shooters, filmmakers, and event coverage. And from our own real-world testing from Chester Zoo to live gigs to natural light portraits, it delivers every single time. So if you're interested or want to check out our full gallery of sample images, just head to www.wilkinson.co.uk. You'll find all the details there, and our team is always happy to answer any questions via our live chats. So thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and follow us for more honest gear reviews and some behind the scenes content. I'll see you in the next video.